Welcome, friends. In this iPhone facial motion capture tutorial, we'll be going over how to use the FaceMotion add-on for Daz Studio. So stay tuned. So as talked about in the intro, we're going to go over how to use the FaceMotion add-on for Daz Studio in order to utilize facial motion capture. Some of the requirements is, of course, FaceMotion. It is not available at the Daz store as of this recording. You can go to this website, which I'll put in the description below. You have to contact the vendor directly. You will also need an iPhone or iPad with the true depth motion sensor or depth sensor. That will be, as of this recording, the iPhone X or 10, iPhone 11 or 12, or an iPad Pro 3rd generation or later. So make sure you have that, because if you invest in something else, it won't work out. Then you have to get a app from the iOS store called FaceCap. It's initially free, but you can't export unless you get the paid version. So you need FaceCap with the paid version, iPhone, FaceMotion. Make sure you have Daz Studio 4.14 or later. And of course you need Genesis 3 or Genesis 8 characters. Speaking of that, make sure when you order FaceMotion that you're getting the right bundle for what you want to do, whether it's Genesis 3 or 8, male and female. You can get them in different combinations, it appears, so make sure you get what you need for your projects. With that being said, we're going to move on to the first part, which is getting the facial motion capture data in FaceCap. All right, here we are on my iPhone X or iPhone 10 with the true depth sensor camera. I'm going to open up FaceCap, which is initially free, but you have to pay in order to export files from it. I believe at the time of this recording it's about $60. I saw other places where it was $75, so I'm not sure where that number came from. But here is FaceCap with the generic avatar. I actually have my glasses on, so I can actually see through glasses, but let's take a look at some of the settings. If you go to export, oh, not too early for that. Settings, sorry, bottom right settings. I have video checked, so when you have video checked, it will export a video. It will actually use the video of what it sees on the camera, your actual face, instead of just showing your the avatar. So I'm going to uncheck that. Let's see, everything else should be good to go. Again, to unlock all features, you must have the paid version of this. Let's see, config. If you don't think the avatar is balanced, you can I usually hit the automatic button in the bottom right. Make sure your face is well lit, and also that when you hit automatic, that your face is in a neutral, relaxed pose, eyes and mouth and all that. I hit it twice because I liked how it was better the first time, so I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, just to do actual capture, you hit record. It will discard the last recording it had in the system and then record your session. Hit record again in order to stop the recording. So I'm going to do that just for a moment. Hey, this is a test of FaceCap. As a pointer, you're probably going to want to make sure you emphasize all your actions, especially with the mouth. Otherwise, it looks like your mouth is barely moving. When I'm talking fast like this, or medium paced, it doesn't seem to be all that great. But I had a project where I was singing for a video project, and that turned out pretty good. But I had to almost overemphasize all the visemes that I was doing, so it can get kind of tiresome. Anyway, I'm gonna stop this recording. Visually, it's no different than when you're just in the app. You'll notice if I do one eyebrow up, it really doesn't capture that, just that one eye is closed. I'm trying to tweak my nose here, like flex my nose, and it's just moving the whole head. But other than that, it's pretty good. The avatar has no tongue, so that will look weird when you're doing it. And you have to keep the camera a certain distance from your face, of course, so it can get your whole face, maybe about a foot. So I'm gonna hit preview to just go over that file. And this is just what I was doing a few moments ago. And of course, when I'm done, I can go to export, give the file a name. Let's call it, and whatever you put in here is going to tack on FC to the front of it. So just be aware of that. So type in demo, I think it's like 4. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's complete. So then I can go to my files on iOS and go back to my files, demo 4. So here we have in the middle, demo 4, we have 3 files that are produced. FBX file, which is the motion capture data that you need. The WAV file, which is the audio behind it, and usually there is, I turned off video. So when you use video, as that checkbox earlier, it will put a video file in here as well. So I'm going to show one from an earlier. This is one from an earlier recording. Is that the actual video of my face? So it might be useful in some cases. For this purpose, it isn't. So I'm just going to get out of that, and I'm going to airdrop, just for an example, airdrop this to my MacBook, just however you want to get it to another computer where you have Daz Studio installed. So you might have other means depending on your actual computer. That's just an example. So that will be it for the FaceCap portion. So I'm back on my Windows PC, so I had to jump a few hurdles to get the files over to this machine. So however you want to do that, is up to you. From here, I'm going to kind of describe how to install the add-on. Since it's not through the Daz store, basically you're going to get a folder or a zip folder, and there's going to be 2 folders in here, which are, I already moved them. It's going to be data and scripts. You're going to drop them in your My Daz 3D library, wherever that's at. Most time it is in C users public documents My Daz 3D library. Drop those in there, and they're going to merge with the data and scripts folders that are already there in most cases. And you may probably need to restart Daz Studio if you're already in it. I've already installed it, so I'm good to go. So to locate it, you would go to your content library, and you need to find some version of your My Daz 3D library. On some computers, I've had more than one of these, so whichever one. So My Daz 3D library and scripts. And Freenamon, however you pronounce it, free num on, and here we have the two scripts you need, the basic part and then this basically a multiplier, like to overemphasize those motions. You can change it here. But let's go ahead. I need to open an actual file. Here we have a Genesis 8 mail, which I use the face transfer add-on that I described in another tutorial. Check that out. And let's see. Let's go ahead and import our data. We go to File, Import. And this is the FBX file that I actually used for the intro, I believe. I think that's the one I used. So let's try to import that. And that will import a GRP scale object, which is needed for the script. Now we double click on this, the FaceMotion G83. I usually leave these at their default and just go ahead and click on transfer facial data and rotation. This may take a few moments depending on the size of the file. This didn't take that long. Just going to scrub the timeline here. And it looks like it all came in. I'm just going to move the camera around, or the viewport around, to make it look like I'm looking at the phone. So let me find a pose where I'm actually looking back down, because I was looking at the phone at the time. Okay, guess I was around here. So in textured view, I'm just going to go ahead and hit, well, before I hit play, we can go to Edit, Audio, and browse for audio. And that WAV file that we talked about earlier, we're going to bring that in just to check how well we're synced. And we're going to start on frame 5. They suggest 5 frames in for whatever reason. I think usually Daz Studio kind of plays the audio faster than the actual video. And then hit play.
Welcome, friends. In this iPhone facial motion capture tutorial, we'll be going over how to use the FaceMotion add-on for Daz Studio. So stay tuned.
And there we have it. When you actually render, all the hair and clothing will, fix itself usually. So don't worry about that. But that is the basics of how to use the FaceMotion plugin for Daz Studio to do facial motion capture. It is pretty neat, and it's for the budget area that it's in, it's pretty good compared to some of the other lip sync tools that I've seen. And if you happen to have an iPhone of later generations, that makes it all the better. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of the other tutorials that may be of interest. Thank you. Have a blessed day.